AB. Thank you all for tuning in to the Toasty Domain live podcast. I'm Toasty, and joining with me today is a very special guest and a very good friend of mine, Tyler, the trusted Formula Harmon. Tyler, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, Hunter. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, no problem. I'm so glad we finally got to have you on the set, have you here on the podcast for the first time. Is this your podcast debut?
Yes. Very first time. I'm pretty excited. A little nervous, a little shaky, boys.
No problem, buddy. I'm glad to have you on. How you been, man?
Pretty good. We're newly neighbors here.
We are newly neighbors. Trusted just moved in next door about how long ago was it? A month ago?
Probably a month and a half.
Month and a half. Yeah. How you liking it so far?
I'm loving it. Yeah. Loving the life on my own. Got time to work and be me.
That's good, man. Yeah, Tyler is Trusted Formula. Been Trusted Formula for quite a few years now. How long have you been in the gaming industry?
The gaming industry. Funny story here, Hunter.
All right.
Funny story. Let me start way back in the day, where like Xbox 360. Well,
way back in the day.
Back in the day, last year. No, I'm joking. All right. So I started, believe it or not, when I first started off, it was back in high school, probably 9th grade. And I went over to a buddy's house, and they were playing Call of Duty 4, and they were all sitting there around the couch in the TV room and playing Call of Duty on the Xbox, and I had never played before. I still remember my first game, Hunter. I went 9-22.
No, that's
9-22. It was terrible.
It
was terrible. Didn't even own an Xbox at the time. So later on that night, I went back home. Justin was playing it at the house. That's my older brother, if you guys didn't know. And we started split screening. Every day after that, I'd come home and we'd start split screening, and about half the year goes through, and MW3 comes out, and I had to buy an Xbox when I got my hands on MW3, and that's kind of how it all got started. Yeah, it was a little rough start, but
Well, we all start off a noob. We all start off somewhere.
The
noobs. When did you decide to get into the YouTube? Gaming, what brought that along?
YouTube came along probably about Black Ops 2, maybe. Black Ops 2 really started the grind on YouTube, the montages and stuff. About half a year in, of Black Ops 2, I started experiencing, quick scoping, the sniper industry. I started watching MLG, all this stuff. Got real big into it. Started sniping, got pretty good at it, so I created my YouTube channel, Trusted Formula. Check it out, guys.
The link, I will say, to anyone watching this now or anyone watching in the future, the link to his YouTube channel is in the description below.
Yeah, so I started with those montages, did a couple commentaries, zombies was all over the place. It was big at the time, but still is, But yeah, that's pretty much my start and how YouTube got started. And
so what was it about, you typically stick to Call of Duty, at least from what I've seen. What is it about Call of Duty that sticks with you?
The thing that sticks with me about Call of Duty is it's like kind of different from every other game. You have the multiplayer aspect, which I love, I love the fact that you're playing some guy in a different place, and it's not like a bot or anything, it's no set pace. You don't know what this guy's going to do. He could pop around a corner, throw a grenade. You have no idea. It's hard to tell what they're going to do, and that fascinates me. It's like if you're really good at that, you're really good at, beating other people with their own game. It's like it's fascinating to me. I love it.
Yeah. And one thing that you mentioned, you say the name Trusted Formula. Okay, question, and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering this as well. Where did the name Trusted Formula come from?
The name actually came from the Xbox generator. When I very first got my Xbox 360, we were all sitting there excited to see what the name was going to be. It goes through the little rolly thing, and it just pops up, And it was Trusted Formula, the very first one. And I was like, I really like this, I got to stick with this. And then it kind of, after a couple of years, I changed it to Trusted, a little shorter version. But, I created the YouTube channel, and it was Trusted Formula. It sounds so good. I love it.
So you're obviously a Call of Duty gamer for the most part anyway. Every now and then I've seen, behind off scenes we talk about games and stuff, and every now and then you branch off, but here recently the big one that's been out.
Red Dead 2.
Well, I was going to say Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4, yes. I love Black Ops 4.
Yeah, so as the resident Call of Duty gamer here, on the first one that I've had on the podcast, by the way.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the new one?
Black Ops 4 is pretty cool. If anybody out there ever played Black Ops 3, it's pretty similar to Black Ops 3 except for no jetpacks. Everybody was all about, oh, I hate these jetpacks. I don't think I'm going to play Call of Duty since, unless they boots on the ground, So you get Black Ops 3 with no jetpacks. It feels really good. I liked World at War too.
Mm-hmm.
World War II was nice, man.
World War II or World at War?
World War II.
World War II. Okay.
I messed that up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a really nice game. I like that. But yeah, Black Ops 4 is pretty cool. The zombies is amazing, guys. Go check out the zombies on Black Ops 4 if you're really into that. It's a little side thing, but it's
gotcha. Cool. I personally, when it comes to Call of Duty, and this is, I've played the majority of the games. I haven't played all of them. I was one of those cats, like you mentioned earlier. I wasn't a huge fan of the advanced movements of the wall running and the jetpacks and the exo boost or whatever you want to call it. So, is there a lot of that in Black Ops 4, or have they toned it back a little more?
There's absolutely no jetpacks at all. You can't leave the ground. It's pretty cool. They got rid of a lot of kill streaks, and you can't really use grenades anymore. But the sniping, what I love to do is still there. They still brought that back, and it's pretty cool. They got some nice stuff on there. So.
Yeah, you mentioned Red Dead 2 a little bit
Red
ago.
Dead 2, man. Yeah. I was actually playing it last night. Yeah. I'm a little cowboy at heart. I always want to be Woody, Everybody, that was my role model when I was a kid, so of course I'm going to get Red
absolutely.
Dead 2.
I mean, we grew up on a lot of the same things.
Oh, yeah.
So, Toy Story was huge, and I was real big into cowboys when I was a little tyke as well. So, I remember playing the first Red Dead, and I really enjoyed that one. That was a good one. And I think they actually re-released it recently.
Yeah.
HD version, or, well, now HD version, but... so Red Dead 2, I've heard that it's phenomenal. All these. However, I have heard from some gamers that it gets a little too much into the immersion.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are talking about, like when you raid someone, you individually pick out all the things. Like they're really getting into the immersion, but some gamers aren't really very keen on that. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I like it. Like the other day, I was on a mission, and I think this kind of draws into what you were saying there. They give you like choices. You're kind of like always, the guy that controls how the game goes. So this guy, like, you steal his horse or whatever and chase him, and he's like hanging off this cliff, and you got to decide whether to like pick him up or like let him drop or whatever, or kill him or whatever. So I just let him hang in there, I just left him hanging because, and I guess, it's pretty cool in my mind. I like how they do that. Yeah. It makes you more of like, you're really there, I like that.
Right, I like that too, and I like a lot of games like that. I mean, I know it's probably comparing apples to oranges, but one of my favorite games of all time is Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4, great
Uncharted
game.
4 is phenomenal, man.
Phenomenal.
I mean, it really does so well of combining cinematic elements with gameplay. And it really feels like you're playing through a big budget action and adventure movie.
Funny thing is, when we both played it, we were talking about it makes you want to go out and like buy a treasure map or find a treasure and go hunt it. That's how great that game is.
Exactly. It brings it to that human element. And Nathan Drake, the main character, he's not like this overpowered super soldier or anything like that. He's just an average, just a human being.
Treasure hunter.
Yeah, so have you been playing anything else other than Black Ops 4 and Red Dead 2?
Not so much. Well, of course, your Fortnite. Everybody in the world plays Fortnite. But, other than that, no, I've just been keeping it to the Call of Duty scheme of things. I'm trying to get back in the montage making. I have a few leftovers from World War II, but, yeah, other than that, no, not really.
You bring up Fortnite as well. Okay, so elephant in the room time.
In the room
is Fortnite dying?
Oh gosh, I want to say it is. I don't know though. It could be coming back. They just dropped the NFL skins, the new NFL skins, which is huge. It brought everybody back to that game. The views on Twitch went back up for it. Everybody's still loving it. I thought it was only going to be a game that lasted about a year, but of course I'm wrong. It's still going, still powerful. Right. So, I mean, it might be around for a while. I think it's that Battle Royale. The Battle Royale games are just really staying. They're strong, That's what people want.
I thought it was going to be one of those things, too, whenever I saw, Fortnite was blowing up. It was actually around this time last year, and maybe a little earlier, when Fortnite was just seeming like it was taking over everyone's lives. But I was with you. I was thinking like, oh, this won't last long. It's just going to be one of those things, like a couple months, and then people will move on to the next game. But no, it's stuck around for quite some time.
Yeah, and I thought Black Ops 4, back to it, I thought they were going to compete with Fortnite with the new Blackout mode, but it's lacking in a few things, but you have to get Call of Duty a chance. They're not really a battle royale mode, people. This is their first shot at it. Give them let's see what next year brings. Let's just hang out and see what goes on with that. But
right. And also on Black Ops 4, what I thought, and I know I told you from the get-go, I was pretty upset. I said, Tyler, we got a problem here. We got a problem. They're taking away the single-player campaign.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Yeah. But a lot of people, critics and, just average gamers alike, are saying that them taking out the campaign is actually one of the best decisions that they've made, because they can put all their focus on multiplayer.
Yeah. They've had some really good campaigns, like Black Ops 1. Oh, amazing campaign.
Fantastic.
Black Ops 2 wasn't bad. Black Ops 3 wasn't bad. I mean, they're not really that bad at making campaigns, but I get what they're doing. They had to cut out like half the year making this game, and then they're like, oh God, Battle Royale's the new thing. How can we, put this in our game and make it awesome? So they probably didn't have a lot of time to focus on the campaign, which is fine. I mean, campaigns are only really, I play Call of Duty campaigns when it's cold outside and the internet went out, and I'm like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to play the campaign, of course. But
I would always play the campaign just as a what would you call it, a warm up or a practice for the multiplayer. I enjoy the campaigns. I don't mind them. I don't go through and play them over and over again. I just play them through once and I'm done.
Yeah.
But and I totally agree. That first Black Ops campaign, so good. I mean, so many memorable moments in that where you can go through, and I could just play that game over and over again. So
they kind of brought back something. If you do love the campaigns, each in Black Ops 4 they have like specialists. Certain specialist does certain things. Well, instead of like a campaign, they have stories with each specialist. You can pick a specialist and it'll tell his personal story. Okay. So you can kind of play like a story mode thing with each one of them, but I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's different. It's different. You've never seen that in a game.
It is different. And for a series like Call of Duty, where every now and then, well, not every now and then, but a lot of times, it's one of those franchises that's sort of looked on with ire among many other gamers who are like, oh, it's the same game every year. Well, this year they totally changed things up a little bit. It's all multiplayer. They added the Battle Royale. There's new
game
new systems. Yeah. So how do you feel about all the changes to this one?
I think Blackout was a great idea. There's some things you can tell it's a little rough, but what are you going to do in 6 months of time? It's hard to come up with something that's going to compete with these other battle royales. Fortnite and
what are some of
PUBG.
What are some of the rough things?
Just the way how smooth it is. Call of Duty's always been great with like aiming and shooting. Like you feel a lot better than PUBG. They kind of like PC looking shooting stuff. But the way you pick up stuff, it's really lacking. Like Fortnite, you can hit square and pick it up and go on about your business. This, you got to hold it and let it rotate around. And it's simple, but it's dependent on, whether you're going to survive here. You can't spend 5 seconds picking something up.
I would imagine that, like, after a while, I mean, it doesn't seem like something that's that bad when you just say it, but when you play and it builds up and it adds up, all that time adds up, and after a while you're like, Just pick everything up, please.
Just do it.
Just do it. Right? Like, I'm tired of waiting. Yeah,
we're a generation that wants things now, not later.
Instant gratification. I understand. Yeah, trust me. I know. But that's awesome, man. I'm glad you got to join me on the podcast today.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else? What else is there going on gaming wise? I mean, Red Dead 2 and Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4. Black Ops 4 have just been, they've been dominating. Is there anything you're looking forward to that's coming out soon? Or?
Let's make an MW3 remaster here in the near future. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but that's one of my favorite games.
Yeah. I thought Modern Warfare 3 was so much better than 2. So much better.
It's so amazing. No noob tubes. I mean, you still got the riot shields, but, it's still something. Yeah. It's an amazing game.
Well, Modern Warfare 2, I think, put too much of an emphasis on kill streaks.
Yeah. They overbearing.
Too much. It was with the what is it? You got the Harrier, the AC-130, the chopper gunner,
and then you got your nuke right behind that because it's 25 kills, regardless if you use kill streaks. So it's a little annoying.
Yeah, I think they just got they spread themselves too thin because they put too many perks in the game as well. Too many perks and kill streaks, so it's like you get people that combine them and start basically game breaking.
Yeah,
you got your lightweight marathon care package glitch that was infamous. You got your one-man army noob tubes. People that just find ways. They should have had a beta for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But they didn't. And a lot of people, I find it really surprising. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Modern Warfare 2 remastered." And I'm like, no, I wouldn't. No, Modern Warfare 2, the first Modern Warfare remaster, I thought was really good. But I'd take Modern Warfare 3 over Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. A lot of people might smite us over that, but that's just cold-hearted facts, people.
Smite away. I don't care.
Smite all away.
Hey, go ahead and at me. I don't care.
Another cool game, though. I got to bring this up.
Yeah.
The Fallout 76.
Yes.
That's about our state.
Yeah. West
and
Virginia,
Cannon
man.
Park, right down the street.
Yeah.
It's in it. I'm pretty hyped for that.
Yeah.
I should have pre-ordered it because they have the beta out, but I didn't. I'm pretty excited for that. How's your thoughts on that?
I think it looks cool. It looks interesting. My only problem, I think it's really cool that, it's based in West Virginia and there's Cannon Park and WVU makes an appearance, the state capitol, New River Gorge. What else is in the game? Mothman.
Yeah,
and all this. They really dive deep in the West Virginia lore, which is awesome. However, we got to remember that it's a game. And one problem that I have, and again, this is going back to the lack of single player stuff, but, Fallout 76 is an online game. Yep. So when they came out and said there were going to be no computer NPCs, it's all going to be humans that you interact with. One of the things that I've always liked about Fallout is that it's not online and you really can just do whatever you want to.
And the story's pretty amazing.
Exactly. I mean, you can do whatever you want to, and people are like, well, the NPCs in past games have always, they've had their quirks, and they have their glitches and say stupid things, and I'm like, that's what I love about Fallout. That's what I enjoy about. So I'm a little worried about, it's all going to be human interaction, but it should be interesting. I'd be willing to play just because Cannon Park.
Yeah.
I want a tool.
I've heard there's high level people that go to Cannon Park in this beta, so it seems like a pretty poppin' place. So.
Yeah, and it's also been really cool to see prominent YouTubers talking about West Virginia.
Yep.
We don't really, when it comes to pop culture, we don't really get a whole lot. However, and I'm glad you brought up 76 because this is one point that I've been wanting to talk about. I think West Virginia is starting to become a little more popular in the mainstream eye.
I do too. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we've had several movies that have come out that have featured a variation of country roads. Kingsman: The Golden Circle had country roads in it. Logan Lucky had country roads. We've got Fallout 76. I think people are starting to realize, hey, there's West Virginia.
Yes. And it brings me, when you said that, the Country Road song, man, I'm telling you, when I saw that trailer, I don't remember where I was exactly, but I was watching it, and I got cold chills all the way down my body. Like, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing, you know, the new River Gorge, Cannon Park, and
yeah,
I just lost it. I was like, I cannot believe they made a game.
Yeah. And it wasn't, it was in Fallout.
I know.
It wasn't like some little indie game or something. Like, this is Fallout. This is one of the biggest gaming franchises on the market. And like, Cannon Park is in the game.
It was pretty amazing.
A place that we grew up just down the street from. Like, this is amazing. This must be what like people in larger cities feel like when their cities are featured in a movie or a video game or a TV show or whatever. Yeah, I remember seeing that too. I was at work.
That's so awesome.
I was at work. I was on my lunch break, and I saw, oh my goodness, the Fallout 76 trailer came out, and I'm watching it, and it starts out with a little guitar, and then the guy busts in, Almost Heaven. I was like, oh my goodness.
I was so excited.
I was so happy, man. So yeah, that'll be, I'm going to wait for that one, you know, whenever it comes out. I think.
Yeah, it comes out this month on the 14th.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So I'm gonna wait for it to come out, and I'll definitely probably, well, I say definitely probably, but
definitely.
But I'll probably pick that up.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Doom. Recently.
Okay. I like Doom. I played the Doom 1, the very first Doom, and then I picked up the second one, I do believe.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Doom is a phenomenal. We were listening to some of the soundtrack just before we started this podcast, so just to get us hyped up.
Really good soundtrack too.
But yeah, man. So anything else you want to add before? I think we'll go and wrap it up. I think we've got some plans this evening. So.
Yeah, we got. I appreciate you having me on, though.
I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much, and we'll have to do more of these.
For sure.
You know, since we're neighbors, and you know, we
got tons to talk about. Next episode, we can talk about the porch, how the porch got started.
Oh yeah, we can dive into the childhood memories.
Yeah, childhood memories.
Yeah, totally. Like growing up here in the porch sesh. Maybe that'll be the title of the next episode. And we might be able to film on the porch. A live stream.
How would you guys like that?
The first ever live stream porch sesh.
It's been years to come. We've needed that for a while.
Something we've been doing ever since. Man, when did porch sessions start?
That started when back in high school. It was probably about. Actually, it was 9th grade in high school. It was a funny story.
We'll save.
Yeah, we'll save that. Episode. We'll save that for later. But that's a good story.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and whenever you watch, do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment away. I want to hear your feedback, and visit Trusted's YouTube page. His link is in the description. Ta-da!
Trusted Formula, baby.
Yep, and his link is in the description. Visit his channel, and until next time, we'll do this again sometime soon. Until next time, as always, stay toasty.